World War II was the deadliest conflict in human history, fought across continents, oceans, and skies. But within this global war were battles so brutal, so devastating, they changed the course of history and left millions dead. Today, we're counting down some of the bloodiest battles of World War II, where victory came at an unimaginable cost. At number 1, the deadliest battle in history, Battle of Stalingrad, fought between Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union from 1942 to 1943. This battle turned an entire city into a war zone. Soldiers fought, building by building, room by room. The winter was brutal, supplies ran out, civilians were trapped in the crossfire. By the end, over 2 million people were dead, wounded, or captured. But the Stalingrad marked a turning point. The German army never fully recovered, and the Soviet Union began pushing west toward Berlin. Next, the horrifying siege of Leningrad. For nearly 900 days, Nazi forces surrounded the city, cutting off food, water, and supplies. Civilians faced starvation so severe that people resorted to eating anything they could find, even glue and wallpaper paste. Over 1 million civilians died, mostly from starvation and cold. Despite everything, the city never surrendered. The Battle of Kursk was the largest tank battle in history. In 1943, thousands of tanks clashed across the Russian plains. The Germans launched a massive offensive, but the Soviets were ready. With over 6,000 tanks and 2 million soldiers involved, the battlefield became a massive graveyard of steel. Casualties reached nearly 1 million, and Germany lost its ability to launch major offensives in the east. In the Pacific, one of the bloodiest battles was the Battle of Okinawa, fought in 1945 between the United States and Japan. Okinawa was seen as a preview of a potential invasion of mainland Japan. The fighting was fierce. Japanese forces used caves and tunnels, while kamikaze pilots targeted U.S. ships. Over 200,000 people died, including a massive number of civilians. The brutality of Okinawa played a major role in the decision to use atomic weapons later that year. The war in Europe ended with the Battle of Berlin. In 1945, Soviet forces stormed the German capital in a final, desperate push. Street fighting once again turned a city into rubble. As Soviet troops closed in, Adolf Hitler took his own life. Over 300,000 soldiers and civilians were killed in just a few weeks. Germany surrendered shortly after. The Battle of Normandy, also known as D-Day, was one of the most important battles of the war. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces landed on heavily defended beaches in Nazi-occupied France. The initial assault alone caused thousands of casualties in a single day. Over the course of the campaign, more than 400,000 troops were killed, wounded, or missing. But the invasion opened the Western Front and helped lead to the defeat of Nazi Germany. These battles weren't just military conflicts, they were human tragedies on an unimaginable scale. Millions of lives lost, cities destroyed, families torn apart. World War II reshaped the world, but its cost is still remembered today, because behind every number was a person. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing for more history content, and let me know, which battle should we cover next?